Biden's approval rate among black voters has declined from 87% in 2021 to just 62% in 2023. And he's trying to win them back on the campaign trail. Watch.
White supremacy. All it is a poison throughout our history. It's ripped this nation apart. It has no place in America. Not today, tomorrow, or ever.
Here he goes with that again, all while even fellow Democrats are expressing concern over whether he could even beat Donald Trump.
Well, I'm not worried. I'm very concerned, and I've told him what my concerns are. I have no problem with the Biden administration and what it has done. My problem is that we have not been able to break through that MAGA wall.
And new this morning, Democrats pouring major cash, $35 million to Black, Latino, Asian American, and Pacific Islander voters in the 2024 election. Here to react, Republican voter Dorothy Harpe and Democrat voter Jason Brown. Thank y'all so much for joining me on the program. Dorothy, I met you in Georgia before. You were fired up. And are you still supporting Donald Trump? And if you are, why?
Yes, I am still supporting Donald Trump, and here's why. The black voters realizing now that Biden has failed this administration. He has the prices of gas and everything is so expensive. And I spoke with some of the black voters yesterday, and they said that everything was better under the administration of Donald Trump. So they look forward to going back to the Republican Party and voting for Donald Trump, because they said Biden has failed us. They said Biden did not deliver on anything he promised. And they feel like President Trump can relate to the black community more than Biden. And so that's why I'm supporting Trump.
Miss Dorothy, I've heard some similar comments. Jason, you're a Democrat. What are you hearing from folks within the party? Do you think Joe Biden has what it takes to win black voters over?
I think that he has some of the democracy to win voters over. The fact that he did address the plague of the white supremacy and how it has affected America from day one is something that we haven't heard from many of our presidential candidates or many presidents other than Joe Biden. So one of the things that I feel like he can do is galvanize the community. Right now, we're still holding on to our vote. We're looking for someone, if it's not going to be Joe Biden, somebody that's going to help the community, not only help us with the educational system, but also help with some of the rising taxes as well.
Roger that, brother. Miss Dorothy, I want to go back to you because I'm live here at our southern border. And when you look at the studies that have been brought out saying over 60% of the migrants coming across the border are receiving welfare, and people in our community aren't even getting services. They're being let down. The financial system is not being beneficial. Our education system is broken. So what are you hearing from people in our community about that?
Yes, some of the people I spoke to yesterday, they said that they feel like when Trump was in the White House, we had the borders more secure, and Biden had letting the border got out of hands and a mess, and they just kind of like Biden don't really care about the American people. He say he does and pretend like he does, but he really don't. They feel like they can relate to President Trump because President Trump did have the border under control. And they want better. And they tired of the malarkey. They tired of the BS and all that stuff that they feel like they've been going through with. So that's why they wanted to.
Such a good point, Miss Dorothy. Jason, what about what Miss Dorothy is talking about? The community wants more. And it seems like illegal migrants have become a priority, and our community hasn't been such a priority. What do you say to that?
That's true to a certain extent. I mean, America's always going to be a place where people seek refuge, that come here to pursue the quote American dream. So we created a system where people look to come here. Now all of a sudden we're kind of, I guess, upset or mad about that. What we have to do as a country is put in place policies and procedures that would allow those people that are coming here to help us. Right now, some of the lower working class jobs that some Americans used to do back in the day because they've now got educated or now become entrepreneurs of their own, we're needing people to replace some of the working class everyday citizens. My issue is that we're not putting a process in place so they can be formally implemented into the working class, so that we do have people that can come in and do some of the jobs like I need, like dishwashers and servers and cooks. Those are technical skills that some of the American kids are starting to kind of shy away from. They're more content creators. They're more, into the tech world. So we need laborers. We need workers. So if we got a process in place that we can allow those people to come in, get acclimated, and come in and do some work. Now, when it comes to governmental benefits, I don't think that an immigrant should come in and just take over and get all the benefits in the world.
Yeah, I think a lot of people agree with that as well, Jason. I think a lot of Americans want anybody to come to the country as long as they're doing it the right way. Jason, Miss Dorothy, thank you all so much for joining the program.
Thank you so much
for having us.